begin today's practice in a standing position, please. So find a nice comfortable spot for you to stand, probably a little nearer to the head of your mat. I like to have my feet together. It's a little bit more challenging. You could have your feet slightly separated. Even here, right from the get-go, there's a sense of your heels squeezing towards one another, your toes moving out away from one another. So it's a pressing down and rotating away. Nice and tall through your spine. Allow your eyes to close. And we'll start the practice with a shared breath together. Exhale, empty your lungs. Nice big inhale. And a long sigh. And welcome once again, my yogi friends, to your yoga practice. Really delightful to have you here today. So beginning in standing, continue to have your eyes closed, your hands somewhere up beside the sides of your body. And start to take your awareness down into your feet. And noticing a slight swaying is probably happening. I want you to accentuate that sway a little bit forwards and backwards, noticing the shift of weight into your toes, the balls of your feet, and into your heels, and endeavoring to find a spot that's nice and sweet right in the middle of those. And then similarly rocking side to side, just a little bit of a sway, noticing the shift of weight, and eventually landing in a spot where both feet feel equally rooted into the ground. Grab the mat with your toes a little bit more firmly. Squeeze your heels more firmly together. Feel your inner thighs firing. Get your chest nice and proud. And from here, as you inhale, open your eyes, reach your arms up overhead, reach up, fill up your lungs. And exhale, bring your hands down the midline, interlace your fingers, and press down firmly, chest nice and proud. So your feet are pressing down, dialing away from each other at the toes, heels squeezing together. As you inhale, bring your hands up the frontal plane, nice and tall, wrists flexed. Exhale, hands out wide, slowly exhaling all the way down until your hands reach your sides. As you inhale, thumbs roll open, hands reach up. And again, exhale down the midline, interlace your fingers, press down. Inhale all the way up. Just waking up, breath and movement here. Exhale to release. Last one, inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down, interlacing your fingers, pressing down firmly. Keep your feet still active. Inhale, hands all the way up the frontal plane. Palms face up at the top. As you exhale, flare your elbows out nice and wide. Inhale to press up as your feet press down. Exhale, flare your elbows. And again, inhale up. Stretch up. And exhale, flare those elbows. Nice. Inhale all the way up. So these usual warm-ups that I like to do. Exhale, hands out wide. Down by your sides. So this is warming up the body in all its different ways. Inhale your hands overhead. Interlace your fingers. Point your index fingers. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to your right as your hips slide left. We're trying to keep the shoulder girdle, the hip girdle square with the front of the room. Inhale up. Exhale over to the right, really drawing with your left hand, or I should say to the left, draw with the left hand. Inhale up. Exhale, go right. So your right hand is pulling. Inhale up. Exhale, left hand starts to assist. And you really feel that through the right side. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. And we'll stop right here. So really find that sensation of elongation. Left foot through the left hip, the left rib cage. Up to your left hand, the right hand is pulling. You can try to extend your right foot out to the side. Really find that arc of energy and maybe even lift the right foot from the ground, just to reaffirm that you've got all of that awareness in the left side of the body. As you inhale, feet together, hands up. Exhale, settle. And then to the other side, inhale, reach up. Exhale to the left, hips go right. Shoulders square, hips square. You're pulling a little bit with your left hand, creating a sensation through the right side of the body, and then maybe taking the left foot out. Continue to feel that arc of energy through the right side. Maybe you lift up that left leg to feel that full side extension. Inhale back to center, feet together. Exhale, hands all the way down. Beautiful. Let's do a little bit of a back bend. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, bring your hands behind your neck. Palms pressing together. Inhale, open your heart, look up. As you exhale, send your hands behind you even further, hips forwards. Nice. And then inhale, come up, hands chase the ceiling. Exhale, hands go back behind your neck. Good. Inhale, hips forwards, chest up, look up. Elbows pointing to the ceiling. And then extend your arms even further as you push your hips forwards, chest up. And then inhale up. And exhale, bend your elbows one more time. Thumbs overlapping, palms squeezed together. Inhale up. Exhale to a bit of a back bend. And then maybe take it even further. Extend your arms nice and long, hips forwards, chest up. Your bum's probably squeezing. Inhale up. And exhale, hands can come all the way down. Nice. As you inhale, sit into the chair, arms come up, bum goes down. As you exhale, rise up. Inhale, sitting down, weight towards your heels. Exhale, rise up. Third one to stay, inhale, sit down. Exhale, stay. And then into swimming bear. As you inhale, it's sort of a breaststroke, pulling, standing. And then as you exhale, palms face up as you sit down. Inhale, big pull. Exhale, sit down. Maybe a bit further. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, take your right hand outside your left knee, your left hand to your low back. Get nice and long, and then twist, looking over your left shoulder. Yum. Inhale, stand all the way up, hands to the ceiling. Exhale, sit down into the chair. Right hand outside, or left hand outside right knee, right hand to low back. Get nice and long, and then twist. You may hear some birds outside my windows. It's a peacock invasion from Beacon Hill Park. They come and invade my yard. 6 or 7 of them at a time. Pooping everywhere. They're annoying. Inhale, hands all the way up. And exhale, dive all the way forwards. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bum to heels, heels lift. Again, inhale, lengthen. Heels down, exhale, bum to heels, knees try to squeeze together. One more time. Inhale, bum lift. Exhale, bum to heels. Plant your hands, step one leg, other leg, plank pose. Push-up position. Here, just like we had with our feet, you press your hands down. Feels like your wrists are moving towards each other and your fingertips away from each other. So you're pressing down and dialing away, getting nice and strong in the shoulder girdle. Knees drop down, feet flatten out, lie right down on the mat. Your elbows are still lifted, your hands haven't moved. Inhale to cobra. Notice here again, as you press your hands down and dial away, it brings the elbows in, gets the shoulders nice and safe. Exhale down. Inhale to your hands and knees. Adjust the positioning of your hands and exhale, downward facing dog. Paddle your legs out a few times.
Hands still, press down, dial away. Nice. As you inhale, right leg up high. As you exhale, step your right foot between your hands. It needs to get between your hands so that your ankle and knee are perpendicular. Find that foundation, left toes nicely tucked. Inhale your hands up overhead. Exhale to settle, and then to the lateral flexion again. Hold your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Extension through the left side of your torso. Really accentuate that sensation. Try to keep the right foot pressing down, dialing away. This will keep your right hip nice and safe. Inhale back up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Lift your back knee. Keep your left hand where it is. Inhale your right hand to the ceiling. Easy twist. Keep that right hip back by pressing your right foot down, turning it away from you. Beautiful. Isometrically. So your foot's not actually moving, it's just pressing down and it feels like it's rotating. Reach up. And then exhale, bring your hands down. Keep your back toe tucked. Inhale, rise all the way up to a lunge. And here, both knees our back knee is a little bit bent. Front knee is obviously bent. Back knee a little bit bent. And it feels like you're trying to draw your hips towards each other. So right hip back, left hip forwards, and your outer hips squeezing to the inner hip. So sense of lift from the hips up. Nice big inhale. Exhale, lean forwards, flare your hands, chest forwards, gaze forwards. Flare those hands out nice and wide. And then as you inhale, drop your back knee down, your hands up. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Begin to walk your hands back, let your front toes lift. And you're on your heel. And begin to drive your heel further away from you as you draw your toes back towards you. Engaging muscularly on the back of the right leg. You can descend into it a bit more for more sensation, but make sure you're using your muscles when you do that. And then from here, inhale, step to the head of the mat, both feet together. Exhale, bum to heels. Inhale, bum lifts, heels down. Exhale, bum to heels. One more time, inhale, bum lift. And exhale, bum to heels. Plant the hands nice and flat. One leg, other leg to plank pose. Find good form here again. Hands pressed down, dial away from one another, arms nice and strong. Squeeze your legs towards each other. This will help to find the midline. You're embodying the whole pose. Nothing feels sloppy or fallen here. And knees down, feet flatten out, lie down. Keep your hands where they are. And then inhale to cobra as you press your hands down and rotate them away isometrically. You'll get this sense of the shoulders nice and strong. Exhale down. Inhale to your hands and knees. Adjust the positioning of your hands. Tuck your toes, back you goes, downward dog. Paddle it out a little bit. Side to side. Nice. Balancing on your right foot, left leg up high. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Needs to get there between your hands. Drop the right knee down to the mat. Right toes can remain tucked. Inhale up. Exhale to land here. Sense of scissoring your legs towards each other as you arrive into this pose. Hold on to your right wrist with your left hand. Adjust your spectacles. Inhale, reach up. Exhale over to the left, creating extension through the right side of the body. Meet the extension from your right knee, right hip, right rib cage with some activation. So feel into it, fire it up, not just yanking, but also engaging and creating a Beautiful sensation of energy moving along the right side of the body. Inhale to come up, and then exhale, hands come down. Back knee lifts, right hand stays where it is. Easy twist. Inhale, left arm up. Left foot is pressing down. I'm trying to dial away isometrically, so your heel is coming in, toes going out, the left hip nice and solid. Nice big inhale. Exhale, hand down. So here, keeping the back knee lifted, inhale, rise up to the lunge. If you wobble, well, so what? You wobbled, big deal. It's only yoga. Hips move towards square. Outer hips move to inner hips. Nice and tall through the sides of your body. And your face is relaxed. Nice big inhale. Exhale, lean forwards, flare your hands, chest forward, so leading with the sternum, gaze forwards, like you were crossing the finish line. I believe whoever chest crosses the finish line first wins. Get the chest forwards. And then as you inhale, back knee down, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Straighten your front leg. Extend through the left heel this time. Left toes back towards you. Fire up the muscles above your left kneecap. Maybe you fold in a little bit more. Your left heel is shooting away from you. Your left toes back towards you. Lots of activation there. Nice. And then inhale, step to the head of your mat, feet together. Separate your feet about hip width apart. And then exhale to fold. Bend your knees a lot so that you can rest your belly on your upper thighs. No straight legs. Bend your legs, rest on your upper thighs. And then here, take your right hand, palm face up, slide it all the way under your right foot, all the way up to the wrist crease. And same with the left hand, all the way up to the wrist crease. You can wiggle your toes into the crease and begin to try and draw your hands out from under your feet, but don't let it happen. As you draw those hands, lift your bum up a little bit more and engage again into the sensation of stretching in and around the gluteus muscles, the bum. Good. Padahastasana, hands to feet pose. Inhale to a halfway lift, hands in front of your face. Exhale to fold. And inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale. Hands can come down onto your hips. Beautiful. Putting all your attention into your right foot. Spread your toes as best you can. Drop the heel down. Feel your toes tugging back towards you like monkey foot. Feel the arch of your right foot lifting. And get this sensation, you're pressing the foot down and dialing it away. So the heel's moving in, the toes moving out. Perhaps feeling that in the outer hip, little bend in the knee. So you're trying to be like grabbing the mat with your right foot, keeping it nicely rooted and engaged. Left knee on top of, or left ankle on top of right knee as you sit down. Flex your left toes back towards you. Chest proud, gaze forwards. Move the weight further back. But keep that activation in the foot. We're trying to find this active foot and challenge ourselves in different positions is what we're up to here. So we always, when we're doing these balancing poses, the foot's always active and we're trying to challenge the position. Bring your hands up, grab your forearms, bring your elbows up, and pull your elbows apart isometrically again. Feel this through the pectoral muscles. And then begin to push your arms towards each other. So you're trying to push your hands apart rather than pulling them together. Push your hands apart. Again, fire up those pecs. And then as you inhale, stand up, hands to the ceiling, feet together. Exhale, hands down. Again, same thing on the left side. Spread your left toes out. Put them on the mat. Draw them back towards you like a monkey foot. Arch of your left foot is lifting, and you start to dial that left foot away. Outer hip gets nice and strong, so it creates a solid foundation. And with a bend in that knee, right ankle on top of the left knee, hands can come up. Grab your forearms again the other way, sit into it. Right toes draw back towards you. Try to pull your elbows apart, pulling your hands towards each other. And then the opposite, begin to push your hands apart, challenging our balance at the same time. This is all good. Wobbling is a good thing. Inhale, hands up, foot down, exhale, hands down. Why is wobbling a good thing? It means your body is trying to learn a new skill. Not such a bad thing. From this place, let's take a big inhale, a long exhale to dive all the way forwards. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, just take your right leg back, a long step, right toes tucked, right knee stays lifted. Monkey foot, the left foot. Nice sense of pressure into your right big toe mound as you inhale, rise up to the lunge. Scissoring effect in the legs. Hands to your heart. Keep your gaze forwards, pivot your back heel to the mat, and then send your arms out, warrior two. Left foot's pressing down, dialing away. So keep your knee moving to the inner knee moves to the left, just through that foundation, that sensation in the front foot. Proud through the heart. As you inhale, bring the left hand up, right hand to the back leg. Sink into it. So sink into your left hip crease a little bit, but keeping the left femur back into the hip socket. Maybe you look up to the hand, or maybe you look to the back foot. Both are good. Nice. And then inhale back, warrior two, as you straighten your front leg. Always feels good there. Triangle pose. Right hip moves back, left hip moves into its hip socket. Arms stay roughly in the shape of a T. Trying not to collapse through the left side of the torso. I got a cramp, so I'm not going to go so far. More magnesium for me. Nice big inhale. Rest into it. And then again, inhale up, warrior two. Exhale, bend your knee, lean on your knee with your left elbow, right hand overhead, palm face down. A little bit of fun here just to see if it's available. Let's try for a bind from here. Drop your left hand down, wrap it underneath your left leg, and wrap your right arm around your back. Maybe you can grab your hands. As you do so, get your spine long again. Let your right shoulder move back over the top. Kind of challenging. Don't hurt yourself. Nice. And then release the bind, inhale all the way up. Straighten your front leg. From this place, pivot on your left heel. Face the long edge of your mat. Toes in, heels out. And then dive forwards in between your legs. Let your head dangle, let your knees bend a little bit. And then today, try to grab your ankles with your hands. And then lift your bum up and pull your elbows towards your shins as your head drops down. Wide leg, forward fold. Again, meet the stretch with strength. Don't hurt yourself. Nice. Inhale, hands in front of face. Halfway lift, and then pause, pivot on your feet, step back to plank pose. From plank pose,
Separate your feet, push back to downward facing dog. Picking the flows out of it today. And then come high on your toes. Gaze forwards, bend your knees, walk, step, or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step the left leg back along step, left toes tucked, left heel lifted. Right foot, monkey foot. Inhale, rise up.
And exhale, hands to heart. Establish the foundation in your right foot. Press it down, dial it away from you, heels moving in, as you keep the knee nice and stable. Back heel pivots down, arms extend out. Warrior two. There it is yet again. Interesting pose. For me, there's always a question in my mind about the back leg. So some teachers would have an external rotation, so the foot's dialing away from you. I like an internal rotation. When it sets up a really interesting dynamic. The left hip is coming forwards, but the left shoulder is going back, so we're putting more of a twist in the spine in that variation. Exalted warrior, right palm up, inhale, right hand up, left hand to the back leg. A good stretch here. Maybe look to the back foot or to the top hand. Nice. Inhale back, warrior two, straighten your front leg, triangle pose. So your palms face out to the long edge of the mat, hips move back, and down we go into triangle pose. Get nice and strong here. Even here, trying to dial that toes away from you, heel inward. It'll set the hip in place that we're looking for. Inhale back up, bend your front knee. Exhale, lean on your right knee with your right elbow. Left hand overhead, palm face down. Extended side angle. And then carrying that further into the bind. Right hand drops down, wraps underneath. Left hand wraps around behind. Maybe you grab your hands, maybe you don't. And then you gently extend your spine and then rotate it, right? Because we want a long spine before we twist. Otherwise your vertebrae are just compressing into one another, which is not very useful. Nice. And then inhale back, warrior two. Straighten your front leg, pivot on your heel, and bring your toes out, your heels in as you sink down into temple legs. Hands on your knees, same side knees. Arms nice and straight. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, bring your right shoulder towards your left knee. Inhale up. Exhale, left shoulder to right knee. Inhale up. Exhale, right shoulder, left knee. Inhale up. Exhale, left shoulder to right knee. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Inhale back up. Exhale, hands to the mat as you turn your toes in, your heels out. Nice. And then bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise all the way up. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Take your shoulders up, back, and down. Squeeze your hands together right up to the wrists. Squeeze your scapula down and together. And then a slight bend in your knees. Lead with your chest. Dive forwards, bringing your arms overhead more and more and more as you try to bring your nose to the ground, taking your arms overhead. Variation on the wide leg forward fold. Nice. From here, inhale, release your hands, come to a halfway lift.
Exhale, pause, and then pivot on your feet, step back to plank pose. From plank pose, drop your knees wide, child's pose. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly begin to rise up. As you rise up, tuck your toes and walk yourself all the way back. First of all, with your knees down, your heels together. We're going to a couple places here, getting ahead of myself. Knees down, toes tucked, heels together, hands to your heart, K's up. So just feeling again the arch of the foot. We've been focusing on building some strength and awareness into our toes and into the arch of the foot through the whole practice here. So reinforcing that now. Again, sense of engagement into the area of stretching. Not particularly pleasant, but quite functional. Good. And then from here, you can bring your hands down. Take your feet as wide as the mat, toes touch the edge of the mat, heels in, sink down to a squat. If you can't get your heels down, it's not a flaw, it's just the way you were built. You can bring your hands out front with your heels lifting. Or you can tuck something underneath your heels, or you could support your bottom with some kind of block or cushion. Again, bring your hands to your heart. Try to squeeze your knees in towards your upper arm bones and press your upper arms into your knees. Get nice and tall from your tail through the top of your head. Lots of dynamic pressure in the arms and the legs. Interlace your fingers, point your index finger, send your hands forwards strongly. Your bum sinks down further as your hands reach more forwards. Reach and stretch. Good. And then slowly bring your hands behind you. Extend your legs out front into a seated position. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. Nice. From here, we'll simply bring your right foot outside your left knee. You can keep your left leg straight or lean to the left and bring that left foot in so your heel is beside your butt cheek. You're not sitting on it, just outside. And then from here, take your right hand, place it behind you. Your hand here and your arm are going to act as a second spine. Press down, and then you take the left, either the left hand draws the knee across or the left elbow does. There's different ways to do this. I just like the left hand pulling the knee across. Press down with the right hand, draw your belly in. Look over your left shoulder or right shoulder. So many rights and lefts, I'm sorry. So spine, seated spine twist. The outer right hip, probably enjoying this. Meet that again with awareness, with support. Twist. And then counter twist to the left. Yeah. Unwind, extend both legs out front, give them a little bit of a shake. Now keep the right leg straight, left foot goes outside the right knee. This could be good. We can enter the twist from here, or lean to the right and bring that foot in. And then your left hand acts as the second spine, so I like to be on my fingertips, press down to lift up. And then the right hand can draw that left knee across. You can draw your belly in and look over your left shoulder. Yawn. Breathe into it. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, counter twist. Nice. Send both legs out front. Give your legs a little bit of a shiggle or shake. I need to have a drink of water. Bring the bottoms of your feet together, knees nice and wide, bound angle pose. Hold
hold on to either your ankles or your feet. Lift up, pull forwards with that heart again, and then you can round your upper back, dropping your chest or your chin to your chest. Round again. Could be a little bit of pressure with your elbows on your shins. Feels good. And slowly, slowly rise up again. Hold your knees. Give your knees a bit of a squeeze. Give yourself a bit of a hug. Step your feet a little bit more forwards. Keep your feet together, your knees together. Place your hand. And place your hands behind your knees. Lean back until your feet float from the mat. Sorry, I must have inhaled a bug or something. I don't know about you, I've been chasing fruit flies for forever. It's like I hide the fruit, I don't know. They keep coming back. So they're pretty much gone. It's not like I live in a bug-infested hovel or anything. So here we are in boat pose. Knees squeezed together, hands out wide like you're hugging a tree. Your feet can be as high as you like, but squeeze those knees together. Big inhale, exhale to the right. Inhale to center, exhale left. Inhale center, exhale right. Inhale center, exhale left. And again, inhale center, exhale right. Inhale center, exhale left. Good. Inhale to center, exhale feet down, give yourself a squeeze. And then simply lie down on your back and draw your knees in. Give yourself a bit of a hug, bit of a squeeze. Keep your right knee where it is. Extend your left leg long and drawing your left toes back towards you. Hold on to your right knee with your fingers interlaced. Draw that leg in towards you quite firmly. Offering a bit of compression into the right hip crease, right hip socket. And then extend your right leg without kicking anything. And bring the left knee up, interlace your fingers, draw it in, give it a squeeze. Compressing the low abdomen ever so subtly with your thigh. Offering a bit of massage for the abdominal organs. Pull. And then extend your leg long and bring both legs up. Here, let's just wrap our arms underneath our knees. Reach for your opposite elbows. Let your head drop back down. Squeeze your legs in towards your belly. Squeeze, squeeze. Nice. And then slowly release your feet to the mat. Flip-flop your knees side to side a few times. Reset the spine, bridge pose. Walk your feet in, touch your heels. Inhale, lift your bum. Send your hands to the way overhead. Backs of your hands touch the ground overhead. And just take it a little bit easy here. You can press with your feet. You're trying to push your upper back up the mat, spreading through the upper back. It's kind of nice. Spinal traction. And then slowly bring your spine back down and bring your hands back down beside your bum. Draw your knees in, or maybe feet flat first. Shift the hips to the left subtly. Drop your squeezed knees together over to the right, and then extend your left hand. Final spinal twist. Take a few breaths here. pause in the middle momentarily. And then hip shift right, knees drop left. Right arm extends, look to the right. Well, you know I'm coming down to my last few classes. I don't know if you knew that or not. I'm planning to retire in January. And so I will be leaving you on this channel at least. I'll be available elsewhere. So hope to see you somewhere. And then slowly unwind again. Extend yourself nice and long. Savasana. Feet flop open, hands, palms face up beside side of the body. Chin a little bit tucked. Good sense of spinal extension. Following the rise and fall of your own breathing. Particularly your exhales. And as always, my yogi friends, as you lie here, as you go about the rest of your day today, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you meet each and every moment exactly as it is without having to color that moment with your preferences or your aversions, just seeing it for what it is. May you be well within your body, within your mind, within your heart, whatever you choose to do, may you be well. And similarly, may you be peaceful and at ease as you go about the rest of your day today. Let's take a shared breath together. Exhale into your lungs. Nice big inhale. And a long sigh. Thank you, my friends. Hope to see you again soon. Have a great day. Namaste.